Wagwan, my loves, is Knowledge Butterfly back with a new video. It's been a while, I know, but as always, sending you guys out peace, blessings, love, and abundance out into the ether. This beautiful, beautiful day. It's been the most beautiful day for me today, and you know, I am definitely working on being here in the now and not focusing on the future, the past, or whatever, but focusing on my very now, being in the present, because the present is a gift. If you live in the now, then you already won what I say now, son. Okay, that was a little whatever, but you know what I'm saying, basically. This video right here is going to be about just some different herbs that I purchased today. I went to Sevananda. It is a natural, vegan, vegetarian grocery store or market, whatever you want to call it. They have, I don't really want to call it a restaurant, but they do serve like vegan food, vegan and vegetarian food. It's absolutely no meat. Everything is plant-based. So it's a really cool spot. It's in Little Five Points in Atlanta. So if you live in Atlanta or if you're close to the Atlanta area, you should check it out. If you are familiar with the Vortex, which is a hamburger place, if you pass by the Vortex, it is literally across the street, like I won't say exactly across the street, but after you pass the parking lot where the Bank of America ATM is, the Sevananda grocery store is there. And so I went there and I purchased some things. And then on Thursday, actually, I also purchased some other things, but I purchased it on Amazon. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the benefits of the things that I purchased. Not everything, because I got quite a bit. But mainly I'm going to focus on the herbs. I'm also going to talk about the Florida water. Actually, this is Florida water. The first time I heard about Florida water was, if anybody who has been viewing my YouTube video, you know I ride for universal frequencies. He taught me a whole lot when it comes to like Vadon and the Lawas, like Papa Legba, which he taught me a lot about the Lawas, but also because he focuses a lot on Papa Legba, because that's the energy that he like, embodies. Get me bodied. My Beyonce. Y'all can tell that I used to like be a fucking beehive, because I swear all my references a lot of times will go that way, but it's because I literally used to be like beehive all day, every day. But Brother Panic and Bobby Hemmett taught me a lot about Oshun and Ogun and Obatala, Yemiya, Oya, all the other Orishas, and how they tie into your 7 chakras. I won't really get into that in this video, but I'm going to talk a little bit about Florida water and the spiritual benefits of Florida water. I'm not going to talk about this, but for this crown for the body, I got some shebe right here, which is actually, it's Car and shebe for hair growth and oil, because I'll be locking my hair up. I'm not gonna say when, but I am building up the volume and the strength of it, and this will definitely do the trick. And I got this off of Amazon, and it was like 20 bucks or whatever, but it got really good reviews, so I'm gonna try it out, and I'll let you guys know like how it works for me after I try it. All right. Also off of Amazon, I got some Nutiva coconut oil. This was only $5.27, my nigga. And this is, oh my God, I just noticed the milliliters. 444 milliliters, 15 fluid ounces, but 444, my angels. My angels are always here with me, my nigga. Okay, they ride for me. They ride or die. So I'm going to utilize that, and because the thing that I try to focus on is getting things that, not everything is going to be this way, but getting things that I can use on my physical body, my hair, my skin, and I can also cook with. So to me, that's the perfect vegan ingredient. When you can eat it, you can use it on your body and your hair, And this I actually got from Seven Nanda. This is some honey and black seed deodorant. I purchased some deodorant from Schmidt, I think is the name of the company, and to me it's because after a while, like, I don't like how it meshes with my natural essence. Nah. And then this is called Doo Doo Oshun. I had to say it like that, Doo Doo. And the reason I said it like this guy my mom used to work with, his name was Gino. And he used to call us Doo Doo. He like, hey, Doo Doo. I'm like, nigga, why you calling me Doo Doo, nigga? Is it because I'm brown, nigga? But he used to say that shit all the time, and it was funny when I would laugh though, because the way he said it was super country, and I love that shit. But this is a black soap I also got from Seven Nanda. I'm gonna try it. It has pure honey, shea butter, Oshun is what they call it, but it's camwood. It has palm kernel oil, cocoa pod ash, palm bunch ash, aloe vera, lime juice, lemon juice, water, and fragrance. So it has no artificial colors, no preservatives, and it's totally biodegradable. So it's super dope. And so I'm gonna give that a try. And it smells so good, so I'm gonna give that a try. But this is the goodie basket. This is the goodies, y'all. This is my goodies, not my goodies. Hey, Sierra A-Town for y'all. Sierra, the princess of Crunk and B back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I was born in '78, and when Sierra came out, I was like, look at her representing. Look at her representing for A-Town with Jazzy. And I actually met Jazzy Faye at a club. He's really short, but that nigga is so fucking nice. I hate the word nice. He's so kind and humble. He was like, hey, how you doing? He had on a lei, like he was coming out of Hawaii and shit. I love that shit. That just showed his just fucking weirdness, and I love weird ass individuals. Weird to me, somebody who's weird is somebody who is living their life in the absolute authenticity of themselves. So they're absolutely authentic. They're being themselves. They're not fake as fuck, you know. So anywho, it's my goodie basket. So I'm gonna talk about my goodies that I picked up from Seven Nanda. So let's go ahead and get started, all right? The first thing I picked up was or actually I went in there for some Irish sea moss, but everybody's on this natural, vegan, holistic kick now because we are in a true age of Aquarius, which is the age of knowledge. So people are starting to realize that pharmaceuticals is really not off the fucking farm. You know what I'm saying? It's literally them taking things that you grow on the farm, but they are incorporating things that are not natural to the human body. So it is causing all kind of illnesses, whether it be cancer, whether it be diabetes, whether it be autism, whatever it may be. It's causing all these types of things that happen to people. And so with us being in the age of Aquarius, according to what level you're vibrating on, and when I say levels, I'm talking about your 7 chakras, your 7 houses. Everybody is vibrating on a particular chakra, and you're not vibrating on the same chakra every single day. One day, let's say that you are totally on your human shit, so you haven't even tapped into your God shit. That means you haven't opened up the gateway, which is your heart chakra. You're vibrating on your root, your sacral, or your solar plexus. And in that instance, that means you're doing all kind of human shit. You know what I'm saying? You're totally selfish. You're totally victim, you know, that victim mentality. And this is not to shade nobody, because I've been there, done that shit, so I can speak on it. So if you're vibrating on that level, everything you're thinking about in this age of Aquarius, as far as it comes to knowledge, is about how to benefit the physical body. So you want to work out. You want to try to eat better. You want to start to take some herbs and things like that to regulate your body and to get yourself balanced. Because if we really stop judging people, we'll realize that people doing things on a physical level is because their spirit, their soul is telling them, nigga, you off balance. So you need to get that shit together. And the thing is, they're trying to treat it on a physical level, just like if you go to a fucking doctor. They treat everything on a physical level, not treating you as a holistic being, nigga. We are a 360-degree motherfucking being. So, that's why, you know, you're seeing people like going to Slutty Vegan, and shout out to Slutty Vegan, ATL. Even though Pinky's from Baltimore, she represented because she opened it and started her business in Atlanta, you know. Yeah, so you just see people like trying to adopt more of a vegetarian diet, so they'll do a fast or a diet where they don't eat any beef or any pork. They'll focus on chicken and fish and mainly vegetables, and trying to get the physical stuff together. And there's nothing wrong with that, because if that's at the level you're at, don't judge them. At least they're, you know, conscious enough to realize that they need to make a change. And my Michael Jackson, make that change, man in the mirror, nigga. So anywho's, but if you're vibrating from your heart chakra or above, which your heart chakra is the center of your universe. I did a video talking about the heart chakra, basically being, I think I call it 0 point, which is like the energy field. It's the nucleus. It's what holds everything together. It's like all of the other organs in your body are circling your heart chakra, because your heart chakra is what actually sends everything out into, you know, the motherfucking ether, and says, this is how I feel, you know, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. It is what magnifies your thoughts and all that good stuff. So that's a whole nother story. But let me go ahead and jump into this video, because I realize I'm almost 12 minutes in, and you know, I have to ad lib sometimes. So let's go ahead and get into my herbs. So I purchased quite a few herbs, guys. Quite a few herbs. And the thing I love about Seven Under, you can buy things by the pound. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about drugs, what they call drugs. But you can buy whatever you want by the pound. And but you can also buy it by the ounce. And I bought it by the ounce because everything that I bought is things that I've never tried before. Like living in Jamaica, I tried moringa, which is spelled M-O-R-I-N-G-A. All right. And moringa is, I won't even get into all the health benefits of moringa. I can do a separate video on that because it deserves its own video. Actually, everything I'm about to talk about deserves its own video, but I'm going to do a short, like, you know, thing about each one. But you can see I did my own little baggies for them. And Seven Under, you just put your little SKU number on there, and I wrote the name so I could know what everything was, because I've never tried it before. But I'm gonna jump into it. The first thing I want to talk about is mugwort, and I have to shout out Prince I think his name is Maziani on Instagram. I found him through Universal Frequencies only because he posted a video that he posted. My skin looks so super shiny, but it's not even oily. It's just the glow. Like my goddamn Last Dragon, you got that glow. Anywho's, so that's a side note. I do that sometimes. But so that's how I found him through Universal Frequencies. But he was smoking this concoction, which was mugwort, I think Damiana leaf, and mullein leaf. And the mullein leaf, they were out of it, or it could have been wormwood, one of them. But they didn't have mullein leaf, and they did not have wormwood. So I got the mugwort, and I'm going to give you guys some benefits of it. I took some notes, and I also have some things on my computer, so I'm going to go back and forth. So first off, mugwort is a plant that grows in Asia and North America and Europe. And the technical or scientific name is called Artemisia vulgaris. And Artemisia comes from the root word Artemis. And Artemis is the name of the Greek moon goddess, or a Greek moon goddess, because there are actually more than one. And Artemis is considered to be the patron of women. So when you think of the moon, you think of the feminine energy, so that all makes sense. Historically, it was used as an herbal inhibitor for women's menstrual cycles, and also help provide menopause relief. So if you're dealing with any type of menopause, you can start developing symptoms of that in your 30s. 40s, but it definitely goes full blown in your 50s. All right. And so that's definitely something you can think about. It also has the effect to relax you. And I'll get into some other things that it does with the relaxation. Hold on, let me get it together because my computer wanted to go to sleep. Wake up, computer, wake up, okay? It is not time to go to sleep. So, it was also successfully used in some cases in a method called moxibustion. And moxie is spelled M-O-X as in X-ray I, B-U-S-T-I-O-N, which was also used most notably for reversing the breech position of fetuses before birth and alleviating joint pain. Let's get it. So if a doctor tells you that your child is breached, right? You can utilize mugwort. You can drink it as a tea in order to get the baby to turn so they can come out Aries first, head first, the ram first versus Pisces, the fish first. Because if you look at your natal chart, Aries is the first zodiac sign in the natal chart and Pisces is the last zodiac sign, right? So you don't want your child coming out feet first, which is the end, nigga. You want them coming out at the beginning, that fresh start, and whatever. If your child has already come out breached, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That was meant to be, because I have the firm philosophy that everything is divine. So it's nothing for you to get all up in the air about. It's a lesson that you were supposed to learn and that child was supposed to learn. And I'm actually going to do a video about the karma of your children, why each and every one of your children is karma for you. Karma is a lesson, and it could either be something that is good because in a previous life you achieved something, you surpassed a level or a lesson, because I like to relate this existence as a video game, because truly it is. So you surpassed a level, you passed a level, you conquered something, and so in this lifetime you get children that actually are the seed of the actually I should say a manifestation of the seed that you planted in that previous lifetime. But also in this lifetime as well, you're planting seeds, whether it be something that you want or something that you don't want, and your children are a manifestation of that. But I won't get into all of that. But breech birth, you can use mugworts. That's also alleviating joint pain. Perfect. It also has a high level of antioxidants, which help to alleviate digestive and intestinal issues like ulcers, vomiting, nausea, and constipation. So when you think about those things, a lot of times, especially when you think about vomiting and nausea, you think about people who are dealing with cancer. So mugwort is something that you can utilize for that to help you alleviate those symptoms. It could also be used as a preventative method before being exposed to poison oak or poison ivy. So you can actually take it before you go out on a camping trip or something like that, and you will not feel the itchiness or irritation of poison ivy or oak. It's also a natural bug repellent, and that made me think of the summertime. In the summertime, you think of mosquitoes, so you can drink it as a tea, you can smoke it, and it's a natural bug repellent, so you won't get all the mosquito bites. And actually, I'll get into the reason why I purchased it, but let me talk a little bit more about it. So, it has been considered to be a magical herb back in ancient times. It's an ingredient that many in the Asian community use, which is Japanese, Korean, or Chinese dishes. Also, it is something you can use for fatigue, for your feet. So you can create a concoction. You can basically just take some mugwort. You probably could do the powder and mix it with some water, and you can rub it on your feet, and it actually can help with the fatigue of your feet if you walk a lot. All right. Also, of course, mugwort was used in rituals for witches such as I, sorcerers and sorceresses such as I. Use it for medicinal purposes. Also, to protect you from quote unquote evil spirits or dangerous animals. But like I said, it is definitely something that is versatile all around. So you can use it for multiple reasons. It's also used to treat cardiovascular problems, any feelings of unease. Like, I feel like I'm sweating, but my face is just shiny. Excuse me, guys. To treat cardiovascular problems. Also, unwellness, abnormal bleeding. That's why it's good for your menstrual cycles. Also for a high grade fever, for a cold, for cough, for purging the stomach of impurities, for flatulence, for bloating, for intestinal parasites, for indigestion, for malabsorption of nutrients, for epilepsy fits, for cerebral palsy, for chronic pain, for itching, for warts, for rash, like I said, from poison oak, from loss of appetite, chronic stomach complaints, rheumatic disorder, nervous problems, spasms, sterility, asthma, and brain disease. And also you can utilize it to strengthen your digestive system. Excuse me one bit, because let me get, oh, sheesh. I just had to, because even though I just feel like my face is, and it still looks shiny. It's okay. It still looks shiny, but I'll move on because I am outdoors, but I can always unbutton it. I just didn't want to be all, it's cool. I just feel like super, like, it's warm. It's ATL. But I'll be good. So now I'm going to move on. It also expels pinworms in your intestines. So like if you have any type of parasites, you can utilize it for that purpose. Mugwort has many medicinal properties such as stimulants, antibacterial, purgative, nervine, anti-inflammatory, hemostatic, antiseptic, digestive, which I talked about before. So it can be used for multiple purposes. But I'm going to talk about the reason why I actually purchased it. I purchased it for the purpose of, it actually helps with lucid dreaming. So and also vivid dreams. If you look at my video about Numite, I was sleeping with it under my pillow a lot. And Numite is definitely very, very beneficial for you to have vivid dreams. So, excuse me, putting the mugwort on top of that, it actually will help you tap into that, and also meditation. So you can smoke the mugwort, or you can make a medicinal tea and drink it before bedtime and meditate and then go to sleep, and then your dreams should be much more vivid, or you should get into your lucid dreams. Now this will be my first night because I actually smoked some earlier before I started this video, and I'm going to smoke the rest of it once I finish this video, and then I'm going to go to sleep, and then I'll let you guys know, if anything happens. Well, not if. I'll let you guys know the results of that, right? So I just want to give you the benefits of mugwort, because definitely it is beneficial. This video is going quite long, so the other things that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to get into it really, like, go a little bit faster. But mugwort was definitely one of the main reasons I went to Sevananda, and I'm excited about it. So Damiana leaf is another thing I smoke with the mugwort. It's a natural aphrodisiac, and that's not the reason why I'm using it, because literally I have not been with anybody since Jamaica, which was June of last year. We're not gonna get into that, but it's also a relaxant, okay? And it was used back in ancient times with the ancient Aztecs and the Mayans and the Guaycura, which are all, in South America and Central America. And I'm going to get into the benefits of it. It is beneficial to relax your body and to improve your energy levels at the same fucking time. At the same damn time. Future reference. And it increases your sexual desire and your performance while decreasing impotence. So it's actually a natural Viagra. So it's a Viagra for men and women alike. It also treats constipation. It reduces depression, nervousness, anxiety. It fights PMS symptoms, muscle aches, insomnia, headaches, and pain. It improves your digestive health. It relieves constipation, like I said before. And also, which obviously I needed to like reiterate that for people who are dealing with that. But it also helps with conditions like anemia, with diabetes, with respiratory infections. So it also can help with asthma, fungal diseases, and skin disorders. It's a medicinal plant that is native to the southern United States, especially Tejas or Texas, Central America and South America, like I said before. And it's a mood enhancer. It's a stress reducer, hence the depression and anxiety, nervousness, lethargy, and insomnia. So if you have a hard time going to sleep, Damiana leaf will be good for you. You can smoke it or you can drink it as a tea. And again, it's good for your libido and your sex drive. It can help fight and prevent diabetes, and also fight off infections. It can lower any type of pain you have, like your headaches, your stomach aches, and PMS. And some of the things I'm repeating, but because I'm going fast now to get through the rest of these, because I don't want this to be an hour video, because I really want to get into my own meditation and my own zone. But I definitely want to share this with you guys. And then at the end, I also want to give you a little short story about my adventure and how beautiful my day was today. So anywho's, the other thing I picked up was dandelion root, which you can utilize as a tea as well. I'm pretty sure you can smoke it, but I got it mainly for a tea. But let's get into it. So dandelion can be used for treatment of muscle aches. So if you are starting to exercise, drink some dandelion tea. You can also use it for loss of appetite. So for people who have cancer treatments, like you're going through radiation or chemotherapy, you can drink it as a tea, and it'll help you with your loss of appetite, upset stomach as well, intestinal gas, gallstones, joint pain, eczema, and bruises. It also increases your urine production. It serves as a laxative to increase your bowel movements, which is good for some people, especially people who still eat beef. Beef and pork, a lot of people who eat that, they get backed up and they have constipation, and that's because your colon, your large intestines, and your small intestines is backed the fuck up, right? So in order to clean it out, because the way that your digestive system works, I'm going to give you a quick tutorial. You eat your food, goes in your mouth, goes down your esophagus. From your esophagus, it opens up and goes into your stomach. From your stomach, it goes to your small intestines. From your small intestines, it goes to your large intestines. And from your large intestines, it goes out your anus. Now, if you are backed up, that means it is stuck in your colon. And when it's stuck in your colon, which people call your small and your large intestines, a lot of people get colon cancer. So if you want to not have colon cancer or not deal with any of the constipation, dandelion is the plant for you. It can also be used to treat infection, especially viral infections, and even cancer. I just talked about that. It is also can be used as a skin toner, so you can utilize it. Facials, blood tonic, and digestive tonic. The dandelion greens can be chopped up and used as a garnish. It can be used in your sauces, so you can cook with it as well. It can also be eaten raw. So, but just to know, if you cook with it, it does have a bitter flavor to it. So, of course, you have to use your alchemy and your chemistry, which is where chemistry comes from, alchemy, and to, get everything a perfect balance. Marry it together. I like to say marry your flavors together, and you come up with your perfect dish. All right. So that's dandelion. There's some other facts to it, but that's what I really wanted to get into. I also purchased something called Senna, Senna leaf, and shout out to the lady I met at Savananda. She is a Muslim, or she practices Islam, and she was getting that because Ramadan is coming up, and I asked her about it because I think I'm actually going to participate in it, not because I follow any religion, but because anytime there is some type of holiday or some type of event that goes on, that means that the stars are aligned in some particular way that is beneficial for your energy, and you can take advantage of that. And Ramadan just means that when the sun is out during the day, you don't eat. You can drink water, you can have tea or whatever, but you sustain from food. And after 8 p.m., you can eat a really good, nice meal up until I think like 6 a.m. Don't quote me on the 6 a.m., but I know for sure it's when it gets dark. So just think of when the sun is not out. Once the sun comes up, once the sun rises, then you're back to the same diet or fast. All right. But so senna leaf is actually used to cleanse your colon. So you got people who are paying all this money to go to somebody to get a colon cleanse, well, you actually can use senna leaf for it. And it has been used, of course, since ancient times. Like, all of it's been used since ancient times, ancient cultures. The indigenous people, our ancestors, we are the ancestors, utilize this as we use every other ingredient for whatever particular purpose. And so in Egyptian, like in the Egyptian papyrus, senna was described by physicians for certain or distinguished patients, meaning basically, I guess, people who were high profile. And in North America, native tribes use the seeds or the pods as a medicine for a sore throat, and also for mucus. And the Cherokees used the root of it, or the bruised root, with moistened water to dress up any sores on your body. Also to cure fevers and black spots and paralysis, right? So it was used for different things, but like I said, it can be used for a colon cleanse and an anti-parasitic and digestive health. So when you think about senna leaf, think about it being a total detox and a cleanse. And because I'm going on a sugar detox just to get sugar out of my body, that's why I got that, because I am going to drink it as a tea, like first thing when I get up at 5-ish a.m. Boil it and drink it as a tea to cleanse my colon and to when I say parasitic, because you can have any type of worms and stuff like that, but you can also mix it with some ginger or some fennel, and that'll help with that. It also helps with bowel cramps and anything going on with your colon. And like I said, anything digestive, anti-inflammatory as well. It's also good for your skin health. But if you're doing a cleanse, it's automatically going to start to clear up a whole lot of things, because if you start to cleanse the inside, it's automatically going to affect the outside, right? I also purchased bladder whack. It's a weird bladder rack. It's a weird name. It's spelled BLADDRWARCK, and its origin is in the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans, the North Sea, the Baltic Sea, and the Western Mediterranean. It is actually a seaweed, and it's normally used for thyroid health. And I'm just gonna show you this, guys. I've showed this book before when I was talking about your chakras. This is called the Chakra Bible. I love this book. But this page right here is talking about the endocrine system, and your endocrine system is lined up with your 7 chakras, from your pineal gland to your pituitary gland to your thyroid gland, which is your throat, your thymus, which is your heart, your adrenal glands, your the islets of Langhorne, which is dealing with your pancreas, your gonads, which is dealing with the sex organs. So it's literally tying in with your 7 chakras. So, but your thyroid health is your throat. So bladder wrack helps with your throat health. I want to read a certain part because I did pull something up on a website. Let me find it. Okay. The thyroid gland is an absolutely vital part of the body, located in the front of the neck. It secretes hormones which stimulate the metabolic system, breathing, body temperature, and heart rate. How important are those 3 things? An overactive thyroid can lead to feelings of fatigue and abnormal weight loss. Conversely, an underactive thyroid can lead to feelings of sluggishness, sluggishness, and an inability to lose weight regardless of your diet. So for all those people who be like, I can't lose weight, like no matter what I'm doing, it's not working, that's your thyroid. You have a thyroid issue. So bladder wrack is really good for you. One of the most critical nutrients for the thyroid is iodine, a compound that is sadly lacking in many Western diets. That's because they've taken iodine out of almost fucking everything because they know it's a benefit, right? The thyroid gland contains the highest concentration of iodine than any other organ in the body, and you cannot make thyroid hormones without sufficient levels of iodine. Bladderwrack is naturally high in this important nutrient, and in fact, bladderwrack was used to distill the first examples of iodine in the 19th century. So iodine actually helps boost your immune system. It helps with your energy levels as well. So, if you're working on weight loss, because a lot of people are all into like weight loss because you're getting into the warm weather and you want to wear your cute outfits. So you need to actually invest into bladder wrack. It's also good for your eye health because it's rich in beta carotene, which is vitamin A, and it also contains some other things, which I'm gonna try to pronounce. This is fucoxanthin, which is spelled Fucosan. Sorry, not X. X as an X-ray, A-N, if I said S. X as an X-ray, A-N, T-H-I-N. And Fucodan, which is Fucoidan. So it's good for your eye health as well. All right, so bladderwrack, guys, right, for your thyroid health. I also got activated charcoal. I know a lot of people have heard about activated charcoal. I'm going to talk a little bit about that really quickly. And I might do another video once I start using everything and just tell you my own personal experience. So activated charcoal is normally used as a very good detox. It's a healing remedy, which of course is used back in ancient times. And that's what happens with the charcoal. It binds to certain poisons like heavy metals and other toxins like mercury and things like that. And it flushes those things from your body, and which gives you a whole detoxification of your body. Activated charcoal is a byproduct of burning carbon source like wood or coconut shells, and it's activated by burning it at a very high temperature. And so that's why it's good for detoxification, because when you think about the fact that not only is it a black substance, and when I think of black substances, I do think of something that is not only protecting you from things, but also something that uses to cleanse, or when you think about removing things from your body and from your auric field, like when you use black crystals, not only for protection, but it's also for removing things like black tourmaline and things of that nature. But it also helps remove intestinal gases and poisons from your body. It's good for your digestive health. It's good for gas. It's good for bloating. It's good for your heart health. And it's a good anti-aging plant as well, or good for anti-aging as well. And let's talk about some ways you can use it. You can use it as a toothpaste, which I'm also going to use it as. It helps with whitening your teeth. You can also use it as a face mask. It cleanses out all the toxins out of your face, so you'll have like healthy skin. Of course, on top of drinking plenty of water. If you eat, being vegan and vegetarian, you probably eat a lot of beans, so you can use it for digesting foods like beans, because it helps with the decomposition. To process any type of bacteria in your body, which cause byproducts like gas or diarrhea, right? Let me see if there's anything I left out. I talked about anti-aging, how it's good for your heart health as well. It helps with feeling moody or tired. It also helps you when you're traveling, especially if you're traveling on a plane, so it helps with jet lag. It just has a whole lot of benefits. But like I said, I'm going to use it personally because I'm actually going to create a mask using the activated charcoal and flaxseed gel. So I'm going to make a mask from that. And spirulina. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is my Florida water. But yeah, so I also got some spirulina. I got a small amount. The spirulina was the most expensive thing that I purchased out of the little baggies. But spirulina is a blue-green algae. In Jamaica, they make a lot of smoothies out of it and everything because it has so many benefits. It's really good for people who are on a vegetarian and a vegan diet because it has a lot of proteins and vitamins and things that you need. It is an antioxidant. It has inflammation fighting properties. It also regulates your immune system, which is perfect. And when I think of your immune system, I think of your thymus gland, because your thymus gland, which is like the Dan Winter calls it the like catcher's mitt for your heart, and it literally is that. I mean, it's definitely the reason why a lot of people get sick is because your thymus gland is like shrunk, and you need to start getting into a more natural type of diet and lifestyle in order to build it back up, right? So it helps you with losing weight. So if someone is interested in losing weight, spirulina is good for that. It also helps you with your gut health, so your stomach. And when I think about your stomach, I think about your intuition. I think about your true brain, your true intelligence. And so when you clean out your gut, you're able to tap into your intuition, and you're not questioning, okay, is my higher self telling me to do this, that, and the other? So spirulina is perfect for that. It also helps with managing diabetes, and I honestly feel like it can help you get rid of diabetes. You know, I have to put a disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional. I didn't go to school for that. But bitch, I'm a shaman. I'm a motherfucking witch. You know, I'm a sorceress. I'm an alchemist. And I feel like when you find the right balance in yourself, because everything that you put on the outside is because you have a deficiency on the inside. Right? Your chakras are off balance. The vitamins and minerals that are naturally in your body are off balance. So you're taking in all these things to supplement it. That's why they call it a supplement, because literally you already have these things inside of you, but you're not eating the right things. You're not thinking the right thoughts. You're not meditating enough. You're not doing all these things that you need to do in order to balance yourself. So you're taking in these outside things to get you together and get your balance. No judgment, because obviously I bought a basket of goodies. So bitch, I mean, you know, I'm getting myself together. It lowers your cholesterol. It also reduces your blood pressure. So if they say you have hypertension, which basically means that you stress out, you know what I'm saying? Spirulina is that shit. Spirulina. It prevents heart disease. It boosts your metabolism. That's actually how it helps with your weight loss, because it makes your metabolism fast. I already have a high metabolism. I've always had one. So I definitely didn't get it for that purpose, but I did get it for detox purposes. It reduces allergy symptoms. So for people who are dealing with like all the spring type of allergy shit, spirulina is for you, all right? It helps with runny noses, with sneezing, with nasal congestion and itching, all right? And it also is an antitoxic. It has antitoxic compounds. So for arsenic, fluoride, and if you think about the fact that fluoride is in our water, you can actually drink some tea, spirulina, or you can put it in a smoothie, and it'll help cleanse out the fluoride in your body from showering in fluoride. All right. Iron, lead, and mercury. So if you eat fish, your fish is fucking, you know, it's just pretty much, when I think of fish, I think of mercury, and it's supposed to be iodine, but of course they put mercury in the water, so the fish have a lot of mercury. Spirulina will help with that. It also supports your mental health. All right, so that means it can help with depression and all kind of other things. And the last thing that I'm gonna talk about, my loves, is this Florida water. And this is Murray and Landman Florida water. This is 16 fluid ounces. It was $10 for this bottle. And I'm going to talk about spiritual work you can do with this, right? And to me, I feel like you're doing spiritual work with everything because everything is fucking spiritual. From the mugwort to the dandelion root, the senna leaf, the bladderwrack, the activated charcoal, the spirulina. Did I leave anything out? My coconut oil, my deodorant, my Oshun soap. All that shit is spiritual. Everything is spiritual because we are spiritual beings. And the reason why things have not been going our way is because we've been treating everything as a human. But when you treat everything as spiritual and you do the spiritual work, then that's what, you know, manifests in your life. But anywho's, I'm going to finish the video off with Florida water and then also my experience today, my beautiful adventure. So Florida water is traditionally a tool that's used for spiritual cleansing, blessing, and protection. It's something that they don't go in line with the dates because they'll always tell you it began with a certain time, but I'm going to tell you right now, all this shit is ancient. All this shit is thousands, if not millions of years old. But it is definitely used by a lot of spiritual workers. They say the 19th century. But Florida water is a mixture of water, alcohol, and essential oils. It has a strong citrus scent to it and an earthy smell to it as well. It can be used for any energetic and magical application. It can be used for baths, for floor washes, and for anointing yourself. It's a powerful tool for spirituality, cleansing your home after a difficult time, or when dealing with any extreme negative entities. All right. It can be used to clear and reprogram your crystals, your gems, and your jewelry. And I have like damn near 70 crystals. So I will definitely be using it to cleanse my crystals. Some people also use it as a type of offering to the ancestors and the spirits as forms of divinity. So you can use it on your altars as well. It is a wonderful tool for blessing your shrine, your altar, or your sacred space. So you can use it to cleanse your altar and your sacred space. You can use it as a mist for your room before you do a Reiki session or any intuitive reading if you're in that field. If you're an energy worker, you can use it for any type of meditation, for trance and hypnotism work. And you can also apply it to, when you're doing it, you can apply it to your wrists, to your temples, to the base of your head, which is your cerebellum chakra. You can also put it on your third eye. You can put it on your feet, your solar plexus. You can put it on your hands. You can anoint all of your 7 chakras, the centers of your body, which I talked about, your endocrine system lying there, so you can use it for anointing those areas. I probably should have did a separate video for this. You can keep a bowl of Florida water in your home, which is to ward off any negativity and also keep the vibration high in whatever space you're working in. So at your job, you can keep a bowl of Florida water there, and it'll keep your space free of the negativity and the bullshit, right? You can also wash off your new items, because remember, anything you purchase that's new, it's went through so many fucking hands, so all this other energy is on it. So you can wash any of your new items with that as well, especially if you shop at thrift stores. You can also utilize it, you know, however you naturally, intuitively feel to use it. You can use it for a bath, to do a spiritual bath. You can use it in ritual work. You can use it in so many ways, right? So I knew that I had to pick up this bottle of Florida water. It also is utilized to attract good vibes. It could be utilized to attract money. It could be utilized to attract love. It could be utilized in so many different ways. But I'm going to end the video on that note with my Florida water. Well, one more thing, it can also combat nightmares and sleeplessness. So like I said, you can keep a bowl or a cup, You can do a cup too. Keep a bowl or a cup next to your bed, and it'll help by the bedside, and it can help with warding off any type of negativity, any type of bad dreams. So if you have a child who has nightmares, you can put it in a cup or a bowl of water and sit it next to them, and it'll help them have sweet dreams, because you want your babies to have sweet dreams, right? Which I'll do a video. I actually was given a download on where nightmares, the origin of a nightmare, what it really is, right? And the last thing I'm going to talk about is my day, y'all. It's been a long video. My day. So today I decided I was going to take an adventure to Little Five Points, because those be my type of people who are just like totally into the eclectic scene. You have a lot of artsy stuff going on there. You have a lot of natural shops, so you can get natural soaps, natural food. You can just get all kind of things over there. It's really cool. And like I said, it has a very artsy vibe. But I went there specifically to go to Seven Nanda Market. And let me tell you about my trip. So I get up. I was like, oh, I woke up late. I woke up at 8:50 a.m. I was like, why am I sleeping so late? I've been babysitting my niece. I went from pet sitting to babysitting my niece's daughter, right? And so I get up really early with her. And so maybe that's why the body and the brain needed to rest. So I got up and I was like, looked at the weather. It had already been talking about, oh, it's going to rain. It's going to rain Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then Friday, I had already had the positive mindset. I was like, oh, it's going to be sunshine, sunshine. So that whole day was sun, clouds, sun, clouds, sun, clouds. But it never rained, right? Never rained. Today I got up. I woke up with a smile on my face. And I looked out the window and it was sun. It was supposed to be cloudy, quote, based upon the weather app and whatever. So I get up, I shower. Before I shower, I meditate, right? I had a really good meditation session. Then I shower and I started getting ready. I was like, I'm going to take a bus and I'm going to go downtown. Well, take a bus and go to the train station to go downtown. Long story, I won't get into like the whole story of the bus stop I went to, but weeks before then, because I had been walking up to the town in the small city that I'm staying in, my hometown, I saw the first stop on for the bus, all right? And I was just walking, and nothing is coincidence. But I walked up to it. I ran into it. I was like, oh, so this is actually where the bus sits before it goes, to wherever it ends up going to. And actually goes to the train station I needed to go to in order to go to Seven Nanda. So you just see how everything works in divine order. Like everything is divine. So, anywho's, today I left when I felt like leaving at 11 something. I got down there. I was like, oh, I need to get cash, because on a bus you have to have exact cash. So I went and purchased myself an orange and some water and got cash back. And I boarded the bus, right? Well, I was going to board the bus. So the first stop was right across from the grocery store where I got my orange and my water. And there's this man who had been sitting at the bus stop when I walked up. When I was walking away, he was coming my way. So I asked him what time the bus came. He said, oh, it should be there in a couple of minutes. But my higher self told me, go to the stop that I showed you when you was just walking around the fucking town. Don't go to that stop. So I walked the opposite direction. I went ahead and walked, and I went to that stop. I was the first person to get on the bus. I get on the bus, and I put my little coins in. And the man is like, so where are you going today? I said, I'm going to the East Point train station, which is the last stop, right? He was like, oh, okay, great. You're on the right bus. I said, okay. And he's like, did you pay with a Breeze card? I said, no, I paid with cash. He's like, oh, you actually did that backwards. So now you'll be paying double, because you paid to get on the bus, and then you're going to have to pay again to get on the train. But he's like, don't worry about it. You know what I'm going to do for you? Go ahead and get you a card and come back here, and I will give you the credit back for what you spent. I said, okay. So I get off on the train station, and he does exactly what he said he's going to do. I get on the train, and I get into the station, and then I board the train. I get off on 5 Points, which is the median. 5 Points in Atlanta is the nucleus. It's like your heart chakra. It connects you to every other fucking, way you can go. And so I asked this man a question. I was like, okay, so I'm trying to get a little 5 Points. I had already looked online, but I just wanted to confirm. So what's the best stop? And this is confirming with somebody who's there. What's the best way I should go? This older gentleman, I asked a woman, a female, and she refers me to the gentleman she's talking to. The older gentleman, he starts talking to me. He tells me which way to go. And we keep talking. He's like, oh, where you from? I was like, oh, I'm from Atlanta, born and raised. My dad is from Bowen Homes. He's like, Bowen Homes? I was like, yeah, my dad's from Bowen Homes. I was like, the Smiths. He said my father's name. My father's name is Tyrone. He was like, Tyrone Smith. Is your father Tyrone Smith? Now, my father he is one of, I think, 12 or 11 siblings. I think it's 12. He's the oldest. And for him to say Tyrone out of all of them, I was like, that's my daddy. And he was like, yeah, I know your daddy. I know your whole family. He started calling out all my daddy's siblings' names. He's like, your daddy was an OG to Bowen Homes. He was an original. The Smiths were originals to Bowen Homes projects. I was like, okay. So we just kept talking and everything, and he wound up getting on the train with me, and he kept talking with me some more. And then he said, this your stop. And then I got off on the stop. As soon as I got off, right? Before I got off, he was like, oh, it look cloudy, like it's gonna rain. Now, I had already in my mentality said, bitch, it's gonna be a beautiful day. I'm good. I'm not worried about the rain. That's why I went ahead and came out, and then I just stayed in the house. And so I went out. It wasn't raining. It was just really cloudy. So I'm walking, and the next thing you know, here comes the rain. It starts really light, and then it starts to get heavier. And so once it starts to get heavier, I start talking to this melanated guy, this man in a melanated bodysuit, and this man in a white bodysuit. Both of them really cool. And they're like, damn, the melanated man was like, oh, I thought I was gonna make it. I was like, me too. But I was like, man, I started to, get a little bit extra. This other melanated man who had on a suit, he looked at me, he said, just be patient. It's gonna pass. My higher self talking to me in another being, showing our connection. And so I was like, you know what, brother, thank you. You're right. You're so right. I have no reason to worry or stress. It's gonna be good. And so we just waited it out for like a couple of minutes, and then it started to slow down. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and go, because I'm ready to go. The other guy, the melanated guy, he's like, okay, I'm gonna go with you. And then the white guy, he came along, so we all just started walking, and it was raining a little bit, but it wasn't as heavy. Then it started to pour down a little bit more, but it started to pour down once we got to some tree coverage. We were still getting rained on, but it wasn't as bad as it was before. It passed. Not even a minute later, we started walking. It was still drizzling, but I saw the break in the clouds. I was like, let's go ahead and go. So we started walking, and the guys were so sweet. They was like, oh, I wish I had some sleeves, and I would put you on, give you something to put on you. I was like, I'm okay. I'm good. And water is good for you. It's a cleansing. So I started walking with the melanated guy. He was just talking to me, and we had similar, childhoods as far as our family, our father, or our parents. His mother came from the projects, and she went to more affluent type of area, and same thing here for me. And we just talked the whole time until he got to his stop, and then he told me where I needed to go. And so I walked on, and I went to where I needed to go. I go inside of the market, and from the get-go, this nice older gentleman, he's like, start talking to me, and I told him this was my first time there. He's like, well, let me show you around the store. He points out every area of the store so I know where everything is. And he was just as sweet as he can be. He had locks, but he had it, wrapped up or whatever, so you couldn't see it, but beautiful spirit. And then, I go and I get my own herbs and pick it out. A woman thought I worked there. She was like, you just look like you worked there. So she asked me about a particular herb. I told her what herb to get, just from my own knowledge of research. And then I go and I get some food, because they have a spot where you can get some vegan, vegetarian food as well. I wound up getting some apple cobbler, and I got a sweet potato cobbler. Let me tell you, The sweet potato cobbler was so good. Apple cobbler is normally my favorite, apple and peach. But they sweet potato cobbler, nigga, was everything. And Joshua, shout out to Joshua. He recommended it to me. He was super cool. He bankhead bounced for me, nigga. He went back to my high school days. He bankhead bounced. So the whole experience was beautiful. Was absolutely beautiful. And it's because when I got up this AM, I said, even though it's a new day because it's 12:15 right now, but I said, today is a beautiful day. I'm excited for my adventure, and I got that adventure. I decided to leave, and as I was leaving Little 5 Points, it started to drizzle a little bit more. It started to drizzle again. Like, it had not been raining the whole time I was in the market. It started to drizzle again when I left, but the sun was out. So, you know, I knew that was a sign from my higher self letting me know, you know what I'm saying? Everything was beautiful. I got back on the train, and when I got back on the train, you know, everything was good. You know, I saw Ogun Oshun event hall. I was like, Ogun Oshun got an event hall, my nigga? And then the niggas is just flowing right now. And then I got off at my stop. I got me some raw paper so I could smoke my mugwort and Damiana leaf. And I started walking back to the house. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something, my loves. And I'm going to end on this note. When I walked back, it was cloudy, looking like it's probably going to rain. I got back to the house. About 2 minutes later, it started pouring down, like rain coming down. Everything divinely in order for me. Like, because it's cooler right now, but everything divinely in order for me. So that just goes to show, like, when your intuition, your gut tells you to do something, just fucking do it. Do it. Everything works out. Because I had already told myself, I'm going to meet some really interesting people. I'm going to have some good connections today. And so I went out and I did it. And I am so happy that I did it. So, anywho's, I'm going to end the video on that note. I just wanted to tell you guys about my visit to Seven Nanda and how my day went, and the herbs and all that good stuff. You can go on my Instagram page and you'll see a video I posted as I was walking, and I showed you like the rain and the sun peeking out, as well as I took some pictures and showed you guys the inside of the store, the outside of the store, and little 5 Points. They had a little Nipsey Hustle going on, some artwork, because what I love about Little 5 Points is so much art, graffiti and stuff on the walls. It's beautiful. So yeah, check that out on my Instagram page. You can find that in the description box. You can also subscribe to my channel. I have the subscribe now button on my videos now. If you feel the love, you can definitely go ahead and donate to my page as well. Either through PayPal or my Cash App. I have both of them on there as well. But yeah, guys, that's all I wanted to share with you. Share some very helpful information. And like I said, I'll get definitely any results that I get from any of the things that I'm taking and or utilizing, I will let you guys know so that you can utilize it as well. Any other benefits. So I'm going to end on that note, guys. So I heart you. Sending you so much love out into the ether, guys. Let your light shine. Grow up and fucking glow up, my loves. Don't hide who you are, because when you hide who you truly are, you will never be happy. I just watched the movie Little, and that is, if you haven't seen that movie is a prime example of not changing who you are, because you know who you are when you're a child. It's everybody else who tries to, you know, change you from being your authentic self. So go back to your authentic self, your inner child. Heal that child and let that child live, okay? So